Well, good evening, everybody. David Paul with you here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. And for the immediate Houston area and for most of southeast Texas today, so far, so good. We've avoided any type of severe weather threat here in Houston, Harris County, and again, for most of our viewing area. That being said, there have been several reports of tornadoes on the ground, tornado damage, multiple tornado warnings for counties off to our north and west all afternoon and all evening long. And right now, the only active tornado warning is for this cell right over, just passing over Bryan and College Station, Texas. I just called my son up there at College Station and told him to take cover. He said it sounded like all heck was breaking loose, but at the moment it had avoided him. So at the moment we've got an intense thunderstorm just off to the northwest of the official KHOU 11 television viewing area, but I know all you guys are watching us here on the web, so we're going to zoom in here, give you a complete update on this storm that is just raging, absolutely raging over College Station right now. Bear with me just a moment. That storm we've been watching right there it is. The lightning count in this has been going up over the last just 10, 12, 15 minutes here, an indication that the storm is re-intensifying. It also looks like we may have, that may be a little bit of a hook right there. So that may be indicating a counterclockwise rotation right in there near Bryan. So that's why they've got a warning for that thunderstorm. And that's intense. That's very intense rain. Probably a hail shaft here just east of Wixon Valley up Highway 190. The storm itself, again, is moving northeast at about 40 miles an hour, 35 to 40 miles an hour. Folks in Iola, you're getting a tremendous amount of lightning right now in far northern Grimes County, but this is the spot right here where if we have a tornado with this cell, it's just exiting the immediate Bryan and College Station area and basically heading right up Highway 190 north of Zulch. That will put you in the path of that storm if it does hold together. And these storms have been holding together for quite a while once they get forming. Radar just updated. Boy, it's tough to tell if that's a little bit of a hook or if this is a little bit of a hook. When they get kind of nondescript like that, sometimes it's just an indication that it's not organized enough to produce a tornado. Let's see if we can look inside. Okay, we do have a couplet. See it? Right here. Bright colors and cool colors coming together, indicating counterclockwise rotation right in there. So that looks like it's going to move right over the far northwest portions of Grimes County. If there is a tornado with this cell, it is right here and will graze by Iola and then continue on to the north Zulch, Madisonville. So that is moving in your direction. So this is far northern Grimes County here. Here's Beat Eyes, here's Carlos, here's Shiro, there's Iola. This may pass just northwest of Iola. If this storm is heading in your direction toward your home or your business where you are right now, what you want to do is take cover on the first floor of an interior room inside your home or business. The key is to get away from windows, get away from exterior walls, and get away from any potential flying glass. Tornadoes with these cells, for the most part in this part of the area, probably closer to EF1 on the lower end of the strength range of tornadic activity, but certainly strong enough to break limbs, to tear shingles off. That breaks glass, that makes flying glass, and that's what can make these, even these smaller tornadoes, very, very dangerous. So if you find yourself in the path of a tornado, again, away from exterior walls, interior room of your home, away from windows. In fact, what I'm going to do is effort and show you a little graphic on that. But that is where the most active weather is. The only warned system close to southeast Texas right now is right here, far northwest corner of Grimes County. There's Iola. Here's Bryan College Station. If you've got kids up at Texas A&M University, that storm just passed right by the campus a little bit ago, and now it continues to move on to the north and east at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. So it's racing through here. So Madisonville, heads up, this system is moving in your direction, and I'm sure by about now you can hear it coming with a tremendous amount of lightning and thunder with that. And here's what I wanted to show you. All right, tornado safety. So where do you go? What do you do if a tornado threatens your home or business. So we're looking down and we've taken the top off of this home. The safest place to be is here, interior room, away from these exterior walls, for several reasons. One, exterior walls are going to be taking the brunt of the wind. This also has a tremendous amount of wood, of framing around you. So it's the safest spot on the bottom floor of your home or business, away from windows, interior room like a closet, an interior bathroom. That's the place to be. Where you don't want to be is here, exterior walls, and especially next to any type of glass door or windows. That's where you can get flying glass and debris, and that's the most dangerous spot. So when we say interior room, first floor, away from windows, that's exactly the spot that we are talking about. Interior closet, interior bathroom, first floor of your home or business. We'll go back to the radar. And so again, tornado warning for this cell just west of Beat Eyes, northern Grimes County. This is going to race up here near just south of North Gulch and then toward Madisonville if it holds together. In Madisonville, you are included in that tornado warning, which is going to be in effect for the next half hour at least. So bigger picture. So here's how this is all playing out. Moisture's been coming up off the Gulf of Mexico all day long. You felt the south wind. We've got low pressure and a surface front that's plowing into all that moisture. It's a lot of moisture, well above normal for this time of the year. Precipitable water values are about 1.5 to 1.7. That's very high. That tells us how much rain you would get in liquid form if you wrung out all the moisture in the vertical column of the atmosphere. You get to 1.5 to 1.7 inches. It just means you can have a tremendous amount of rainfall if you get convection. And when we see the lightning, that tells us there's convection. So that's what's happening at the surface. Meanwhile, upper levels, 34,000 feet, tremendous dip or trough in the jet stream. And that jet stream is splitting, it's diverging right here over central and northeast Texas. That's what's allowing the development right here, that's developing here, right at the base of that split, and then moving to the north and east. So that's the way it stands now. But watch how this is going to evolve as we head into the wee hours of the morning by 3 a.m. Here's your new divergence. So we expect to see new development much closer to Houston, move over Houston. And as we go into 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m., we expect to see heavy rain, perhaps flash flooding. That's why the models look the way they do. So going into 10 o'clock, really staying relatively quiet for Houston with the heavier development off to our west. But watch what happens as we head into the overnight hours. Midnight, look at the rain developing, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. Remember what that jet stream looks like, splitting right overhead? Well, look what the computer suggests. Right down the middle, we're going to get development of rain and thunderstorms. And with a moisture-laden atmosphere like we have right now, rainfall rates could become very efficient, 2, 3 inches or more per hour. This is 6 a.m. The potential for that band of rain and thunder to still be sitting over us. So the potential is there for multiple inches of rain, and this could cause street flooding at a minimum as we head into Tuesday morning's commute. Now, the models have not been overly explosive with forecasting rain totals, 1 to 2 inches widespread, and we can handle that. Looking at flash flood guidance from Harris County Flood Control, they suggest that we could take 5, that's a terrible 5 to 6 inches of rainfall tonight and avoid a flash flood emergency. But once you get above 6 inches, that would be where we'd be like, okay, now we'd be getting into some problems on some of the watersheds. And the potential is there for 5 to 7 inches of rain in some spots. So it's something we'll be watching for very carefully as we move through the overnight hours. So this evening, and we're almost done with it, but basically severe weather watch continues with our tornado watch staying in effect. So until 10 o'clock, our western counties right here, they will stay under this tornado watch until 10 o'clock at least. It may have to be reissued with a new line of storms beginning to develop out toward Austin. Our northern counties, including Grimes, Montgomery, Walker, Polk, San Jacinto, and further counties to the north, Madison County, Houston County, are in a new tornado watch. And you guys, Montgomery County northward, you're in a tornado watch that lasts until 3 a.m. So even though over your neighborhood right now, Spring, Woodlands, Conroe, Huntsville, things are relatively quiet, The Storm Prediction Center are looking at that same jet stream pattern that I just showed you, and they're thinking with a split jet like that and a front coming in and all the moisture, absolutely we could have development of thunderstorms right down the middle that could give a tornado threat overnight tonight. And that's why they've gone ahead and issued these new counties in our northern viewing area, Montgomery County northward, including Livingston and Huntsville, with a tornado watch until 3 a.m. this morning. So we're going to be on weather watch all night tonight, watching it all very, very carefully. That's where we stand right now, keeping a close eye on that storm just east of Bryan College Station. And we will have a complete update, including all the pictures and all the tornado video that has taken place across Texas today. This has been a widespread statewide outbreak of tornadoes. There's several points of damage. We'll show you all the video and an updated computer model, what to expect overnight into the morning hours on KHOU 11 News at 10 o'clock. We will see you then on the TV side for a complete update in less than an hour.
And actually, some of those items that David Paul just talked about, the video from North Texas, Central Texas, I'm going to go ahead and cover that for you now. We will have more, of course, tonight at 10, but I'm digital anchor Brandi Smith. I want to start by talking about our app and the tools that you can use to keep yourself and your family safe. So if you haven't already, you can download the KHOU 11 News app. When you pop in there, you can go into the settings. Okay, so this is our app. Up in the top corner, you have the gear button. If you click that, you can go into the settings and you can toggle notifications on and off. So in an event like tonight, where you need to know if you live in a tornado warned area, something like that, you can turn that on, and then in a couple of days, when you're not too concerned about the weather, you can turn it back off. Just a very, very easy tool for you. Something else you can do on our app is, if you can, safely get photos or videos of the storm as it rolls in. You can use the Near Me feature. So that's in this corner. You just click that little icon that says Near Me. A little map will pop up, and here in a second, so will a banner near the top that says Share with Us. It's thinking about it. There we go. Share with Us right over there. You can upload 3 pictures or a video. You put in your name, you let us know where you got that video, and then it goes into our system, and we can use that to tell the story of the storm as it rolls through. So having said all that, now that we're on the same page, let me get this going. Sorry, I'm running this computer. And I want to show you what this storm has done in other parts of the state. We're gonna start in Round Rock, because I think this is the tornado that everyone's going to be talking about tomorrow. A camera at Kalahari Resort in Round Rock caught this, and you can very clearly see that tornado just working its way left to right across the screen. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I mean, look at how clear that is. You can see debris flying through the air. And toward the end of the video, the winds are so strong, or perhaps a piece of debris hits the camera and knocks it down. Looking at it from another vantage point, this is outside of the Dell offices in Round Rock. You can just see the strength of Mother Nature there, plowing right through Round Rock. It even crossed over I-35. And this is a little bit of a view. Obviously, you can't see the freeway here, but we know that it did cross over 35, and this is one more view. And it's hard for perspective, right? But you can see that light pole in the bottom left corner. So that tells you how big some of those chunks of debris flying through the air are. Let's show you the damage left behind. So this is at Kalahari Resort. A number of reporters from our sister station, KHOU in Austin, are there. You can see trees snapped, obviously that guardrail broken. Nearby is a Bank of America, and there's not a lot left of the drive-through. The ceiling is ripped apart. All of the teller stations, the drive-through teller stations, are gone. A tree ripped out by its roots. Cars were flipped. Now here is the good news. A primary search in Round Rock is nearly complete, and so far there were no significant injuries reported. These are from reporters at our sister station, KHOU. Guests at Kalahari have been allowed to return to their rooms, and despite the tornado, there's been no major structural damage to the resort, so those guests were able to go back in. But the mayor, police chief, fire chief all talked about the damage and said they will use every resource to repair the damage and make sure people are safe. You can find more coverage of the Round Rock tornado on KHOU.com. We also have an article on KHOU.com. But this is a look at the backside of that storm. This is taken from Granger, which is just northeast of Austin, that same cell. And now east of Austin is Taylor. This is a photo of the storm there. And then this was caught on camera today by a storm chaser, Aaron J. Jack. Just a monster of a tornado is how he described it. Dangerously close there, watching that come through. Up in Jarrell, we're seeing the damage from the storm. A lot of truck damage. You can see metal paneling, the mobile home there damaged as well. We're gonna move to Elgin now, and this video is just terrifying. This is FM 1704, and this twister is crossing the road. You can see those bursts of light from the power poles as they're being yanked apart. This almost looks like it's from the opposite direction, but we're gonna hold on this for a second because this guy's just driving down the street in Elgin when there it goes. You see the twister there on the right side of the screen? Plows right across the road, and how quickly it just keeps going. And then it's out of frame on the move. There are a lot of videos like this that show it from a distance. And this may be the same twister, may be a different one. There are at least four possible tornadoes spotted in the Austin area. And another view. You can see the storms just trying to spin something up. This video is a little quick. It moves around a lot, so you can't really focus on anything in particular, but it does give you an idea of the scope of the damage here and just how quickly it moved through and threw everything around. Along with the tornadoes, these storms are also bringing hail, and good chunky hail. Look at this. This is in New Braunfels. Hard to say exactly what that is size-wise. In Cibolo, I'll give you a little bit more perspective here in a minute, but you can see just those giant chunks of ice filling up the road, hitting the cars. And here's what those hailstones looked like in Cibolo. Those are good size, maybe a quarter, a little bit larger than that. Moving back to North Texas. So North Texas really got hit first. And this is the hail that came down in Aledo. it's hard to see. It almost looks like it's raining, except for then you can see the hail kind of ping-ponging off the lawn onto the fence and back and forth a little bit. There was a tornado, possible tornado spotted in Bowie. You can see the size of that storm. Now, Bowie is northwest of Fort Worth, so is Jacksboro, and the high school and elementary school there suffered significant damage. All of the students are safe. I want to start off by saying that when showing you this image of the gym of Jacksboro High School. But that is a skylight that is not supposed to be there. And nearby Jacksboro Elementary School, you can see the insulation on the floor. I mean, it's hard to see if those are ceiling tiles, what's come down. But just a significant amount of damage in Jacksboro. KHOU has teams on the ground all over the Houston area, but what's great about KHOU is we have our sister stations. KView in Austin, KENS 5 in San Antonio, WFAA in Dallas. And so we have this incredible network of reporters who are all over the place, but we cannot be everywhere. And that's why sometimes we lean on you, asking you, if you can, to send in any photos or videos as you get them. There are a couple ways you can do that. I shared with you earlier the Near Me feature. If you have the KHOU 11 app, you can do something pretty cool. Like if you were sending a video or a photo. Let's see. We'll send this photo of my daughter's cat in a panda hat. So you would normally hit the share button. You can you can find the KHOU 11 app if you scroll on this little panel, and it will take you right to the Near Me submission form. Super easy. Super easy. The other way is to text us. And I really encourage you, it looks like our weather team is playing with those graphics, so I don't want to pull that up there while they're finessing it, but you can text us. I'm going to give you that number, 713-526-1111. 713-526-1111. I would encourage you to text photos to that number. Send us the photo, your name, where you are. Videos, it's a little harder. That software doesn't let us, the quality isn't very good. So if you have a video you'd like to share with us, use the Near Me feature on our app. You can just hit the share button, or you can go through the app to the Near Me feature, hit share with us, and go that route. I can't really answer, I'm looking through some of the Facebook questions here. I can't really answer a lot of the weather questions. That's for our weather team. And they're going to be on the air coming up at 10 o'clock. We have team coverage. They're the best people to answer your questions about exactly what the timeline of this storm looks like. I just wanted to show you what it's done in other parts of the state, what it looked like in North Texas, in Central Texas, and answer any questions that you might have about that. Marcellus, thank you. 713-526-1111. Melinda just made a comment about Madisonville. When David was on here earlier, he was tracking a possible tornado that was near Iola and was tracking toward Madisonville. But the problem with this storm system is there is the potential for multiple tornadoes, just like we saw in the Austin area. I get in possibly 4 tornadoes, one confirmed in Wimberley, one confirmed in Round Rock, that one in Elgin could be, hasn't been confirmed, but the video is pretty compelling there. April says there's light rain and wind in Alvin. I mean, it has been windy all day, and it's easy to get sucked into this sense of security because it's just been rain and we can handle rain. We know we can handle rain. But everything that I've heard from Tim Pandagis and David Paul suggests most of us will be okay. But like we've seen in storms of the past, one area could get a deluge, and that's going to be the dangerous part. So it's all about staying informed, turning on those notifications. You're going to want to have multiple sources of weather alerts, weather warnings. Lauren says it's very calm here in Conroe. Kendall's asking about the overnight threats. David Paul was just on here, so I'm actually going to wrap up so that you can go back and watch the beginning of this live, and he gives his full forecast. He's also going to be on the air on KHOU 11 at 10 o'clock, team coverage with Tim Pandagis. But I'm not a meteorologist, so I don't want to give you incorrect information. I will point you to khou.com/weather, which we keep updated. That's the weather team, and they are our experts, so I will always defer to them. Calm in Katy, calm in Texas City. That's what we want. Let me see if I can pull up. They're working on the weather graphics right now, but I was going to see if I can pull up. Okay, here, I'll leave you guys with this. Our severe weather alerts. You see which areas. Oh, we just got a flood watch. Maybe they're editing this. I think they might be editing this. Okay. Best source is the beginning of this video and David Paul's update, or khou.com/weather. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Please stay safe, stay weather aware, and we'll see you tomorrow.